Welcome to Deadlands Dime Novels, The Adventures of Young and Holt, Issue 11, Meeting Annabelle. I'm your narrator, Ernest Wick, intrepid reporter for the Tombstone Epitaph. In this issue, Young and Holt do indeed find out what or who is behind the door they were so determined to open in the back of the church. This, of course, after finding the town of Marshal to be filled with nothing but dead folk. So, no time to waste. Let's see where they're at.
I'm gonna open the door. We're not here to hurt you. We just rode into town, and we're worried about you. Click.
Nice. So are you using the door as a shield?
Yes, I'm stepping out of the way. If it opens outwards,
Yeah, it opens outward,
I'm
yes.
stepping out of the way of the door. So first
and I'm
person they see
standing
is
back
him.
away, and whatever person's looking at me.
Oh, they're looking at you?
Yeah, not me.
Okay.
Are you kidding?
You're so brave. Sitting at the floor in the closet, kind of hunched back as far, and you can see there's a little bit of clothing, shirts hanging above that kind of hides a quivering hand. It's definitely an adult, and it's a quivering hand, and there's a gun just shaking.
You know, shaking that bad, you can't hit where you're aiming at. You might want to put both hands on that, make you feel a little more strong.
You're not them?
Nope.
She kind of lowers the gun, and face kind of comes out into the light from the shadows of the clothing. It's a woman. She's probably, maybe you're guessing, late 20s, early 30s. You could tell she definitely has a dress on, scarves and stuff wrapped around on her head. Headgear, not headgear, but like a hat sort of thing. She's a little dirty. Cheeks are kind of sunken in a little bit.
Total shot in the dark here. Patricia, it'll be all right.
No, I'm not Patricia. Are you the sheriff?
No, but we're not them.
You're not.
Now, you might want to put that down before you hurt yourself.
This is what I laid out from behind the door with a little licorice sticking out.
Oh, you're not holding out a piece of licorice?
Not yet. It was a kid. I was going to. I don't think she'll want the licorice.
Is it safe?
I'll just offer a hand.
She kind of puts the gun down. She takes your hand and
Pull her on out of the... Undo my... Wipe her tear.
they're all dead.
It would appear so.
Yeah.
So, you mind telling us what happened here?
Why don't you sit down on the bed?
Right. Yeah, she makes her way over and she kind of sits down.
Is there a cup or something, a mug?
You can definitely find something to drink out of.
Communion wine?
Yeah.
Well, I guess we left all the bottles out with the horses.
Yeah.
I will go get something to...
Calm the nerves?
Yes. I want to get something. I put a piece of licorice in it, too.
All right, I am going to...
A little sweet tang.
Okay.
And then I'm going to, when I come
Come
back,
back with
hand
the
it.
whiskey.
Yeah, come back with the whiskey and hand her, fill up the mug. Licorice.
Oh, thank you.
I'm going to basically try to persuade her that, yes, it's safe, calm down, reassurance, that kind of thing. 6.
And she takes a couple of sips from the whiskey. Yeah. Okay.
Let's start with your name.
And this is when I sit down at the desk and break out the journal.
Annabelle.
Annabelle. That's a nice name.
So, it all happened It was just I don't know, 2, 3 days ago. I'm not sure. It was a group of men and women. They came into town. They were a bigger group. It was, and no, there was nothing. That's normal. That happens. That happens a lot here. And I don't know. I this is what I was told. But they went to saloons. Must have been. I don't know who they were, but I don't know if they were cattle drivers or what. But they went to the saloon, and wasn't long after that there were shots, and everybody started screaming. Then from there, it kind of went from building to building, and they were shooting, and some people tried to fight back, and the sheriff or the marshal, he tried to fight back, and then a lot of people just started running, and I started running, and we came to the church, and then they came to the church, and I remember we heard them coming up the stairs, and then there were some more shots. They kicked open the doors, and I just started running, and they were shooting the pastor. He tried to get him to stop, but it didn't do any good. And so I came back here, then I hid, and then the shooting stopped. It stopped. It was done. And I waited. And I heard them. They walked through. They walked through the room. And I remember she points over to the closet. And one of them was standing. I know he was standing like right there, right outside the door. They couldn't breathe. They just waited. And then they walked and it went away. And I waited. And I waited. And it was dark. And I waited. And I waited until the next day. And then I got up. And then I walked out and I saw that everybody was dead. So then I just kind of went right back in and I just waited a little while longer. Then I went to the bathroom, so I went outside. And then I've just been hiding in here since. Just only coming out when I absolutely had to. And then you guys showed up. So, everything must be okay? Have you found him?
Haven't seen hide nor hair of them, man.
Maybe they left.
You're saying they shot everybody?
As far as I know, I did one time.
You didn't see anybody getting sick, did you?
No. And then I did get one time I thought I'd go to the logging camp. She kind of points towards, I guess it would be to the east. Because one time I went to the logging camp, I thought somebody might be there, they would come and help. And I went there. I didn't get very far. I saw some more. They were dead too. So then I came right back, and then I hid.
Well, you're safe now, little lady. We'll get you out of here. Got any friends or family in the area?
Not here. No.
Where at?
Do have some friends north in Fargo. And I have some other friends. I have some family out in Minneapolis. And then
just so happens that we're heading towards Fargo. Happy to ride along with us.
Okay. And where are you going from there?
Well, you got friends in Fargo. You can stay with them.
Okay.
Or figure out what you're going to do with them.
Yeah. All right.
Did anything happen the days before? Exciting, different, interesting?
No, everything was pretty calm. Nothing that I can recall. The loggers, the only thing out of the ordinary with them, they spent 2 days in town on break instead of one. But most of the time, they come in once a week into town. But then this week it was just 2 days.
Any reason why you know them?
No.
So I'm sure you hear all sorts of gossip in them.
Well, just maybe the log foreman gave them a bigger break. I don't know.
All right. Well, let's get you a few belongings. Where's your house at?
Yeah.
Actually, why don't we go to your house and get your belongings?
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. It's this way. You sure it's okay to leave?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pocketing the Bible, by the way.
Okay. Because the closet was safe.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. We've been here. We haven't been shot.
I'm going to, as she's leaving with you, I'm going to look at the closet.
Okay.
There was a gun in there, but we'll see if just anything else stands out.
All right. 5. It's kind of dark in here, but you don't see, looking around, you don't see anything obvious. I mean, you just like giving a visual inspection. Is that? Okay. Yeah. You don't see anything.
Okay.
Yeah. She just kind of waits for you to come back, and she takes you over to how
we're gonna put her on one of the horses that we've got.
So she doesn't have to walk.
Okay.
Yeah. Because she's probably weak and she's rattled and all that, and it's like if anything happens, you just take off.
The horse is kind of a little bit unruly. Once she gets on there, she kind of gets it under control.
You ridden before?
A couple times. Yeah. I mean enough.
More than me.
Okay.
I was trying to be comforting.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't work.
Horse doesn't like her.
Make a notice check, both of you. This is visually based, if it matters.
4.
5.
5. All right. Yeah, she guides you over to her house. She hops down and then goes up.
Oh, why don't you let me go in first?
I'll whistle. Look at you, Porter.
You, do you think they're in there?
I don't think they're in there.
She kind of moves more towards Joshua and his guns.
Why don't you stay there?
Okay.
And I'll pull out my shotgun.
All right.
And I'm gonna do my. Is it in or out?
It opens out. Yes.
I'll pull it out and kind of around the. See if anyone's standing there.
You don't see any bodies or anybody in there?
Okay, I'm gonna go in.
Okay.
Actually, I'm doing this because I didn't want her to see if her family was dead in here. Was the other?
Well,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no bodies.
Okay, I'm gonna. Yeah, first thing I'm gonna do is make sure it's her house. Any photographs of her? Or anything like that?
There is. There are 2 photographs. It's like a 2-room house. It's not very large.
Okay.
But it's not bad. Maybe it's fairly well built. There are 2 photos that you find. There's one kind of like one is probably the dining table, and then there's one looks like as you kind of walk past one where the bedroom is. There's one on the end table there.
Anything with family members, I'm just kind of flip down or flip around,
All right.
just so she doesn't see them and break down. Anything else?
Nothing that signifies any other family members or anything.
Right, okay. Is there anything out of order? Any like did they ransack the place?
Signs of struggle.
Signs
Does
of
not
struggle.
appear to be any signs of struggle.
Okay. And once that's taken care of, then I will come back out and say you can go get your things.
Okay. You're going to follow her in there or no?
Yeah, I better follow her in.
I'll wait out by the horses.
Okay.
She kind of starts walking through. So, is it just the 2 of you? Then? Just you and your friend?
All right, I'm cautious. I would totally lie to her. I'd say, we're meeting with some friends.
So you're law then? You mean like you're like the area marshal, sheriff or something, or
No.
deputies?
No.
No.
We're just passing through.
Okay. All right. Where are your friends?
Why?
I mean, are they on the way to Fargo?
No, they're waiting for us.
Outside of town?
Nearby.
Okay. All right. You could hear she's kind of like pulling things, and she's like in the kitchen area, kind of.
I have both hands on my shotgun now. As I'm like, she's in a room. I'm kind of standing in the doorway watching her.
And yeah, she kind of goes back in the bedroom, and you can see her get some stuff, and then she kind of comes back out. She's got a bag, and she's kind of going back and forth. Are you hungry at all?
No.
Okay. I'll bring some stuff for later. Maybe.
We have rations. We'll be okay.
Okay. All right, that's fine. I'll bring some stuff. She kind of packs that up. You sure it's safe to leave? She comes. She's got like a little carpet bag there. You sure it's safe to leave?
I think it's safe to leave.
What if they're out there? We won't have a spot to hide. Maybe we should just wait. Maybe we should just wait a day. Maybe we just wait. Maybe leave tomorrow.
Waiting's not going to help.
They won't come back though, because everything they've done is here. That they did is here. Is done. What if we find them on the trail?
You said it's been a couple days, right?
Yeah.
We're not going to catch up to them.
How do you know where they went? I don't know where they went.
Well, yeah, exactly. If they went somewhere, why would we run into them?
What if they went the same way we're going? What if they're going to Fargo?
Why would they think to kill you? They don't know who you are. They never saw you.
Yeah. If
you leave, then they won't have any idea you were ever here.
Right.
But if they catch you here...
Right. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. Or if she follows you, I'm assuming if you're going to lead her out.
I'll let her go first.
Okay. She walks out. Comes down the stairs. She looks at you, Joshua. You sure it's okay to leave? You don't think we should wait? Wait maybe just a day?
Nope. I think we might want to check out the logging camp, see if any more people hid like you did.
They were dead when I went up there.
All of them?
Well, I didn't go into the entire camp. I only saw a couple bodies and I left.
Yeah, they might have been hiding good. Kind of like you did. We better check.
Okay. All right.
Help her up onto her horse.
Okay. Horse kind of does the same thing. It's kind of works a little bit. Come on. She kind of positions her bag, ties it off. It's up this way.
I'll go back and get some more licorice.
Did you come out with the whole jar this time?
I'm going to put the jar in with the. I have a backpack. I'll put it in my backpack.
Okay. So you're going to zip back to the store while they go up to the logging camp?
Well, yeah, because it can't be that far.
No, I mean it's not terribly far.
We're gonna start
walking the horses up, and I'll be
on the horses.
Just
he's gonna ride over, grab that, and then catch up.
Yeah,
that's fine.
That's exactly what's gonna happen.
That's perfect. All right.
Then we're good to go.
You get your licorice?
Yes, I did.
All right, excellent. You eventually catch up, walking up there, and there's a good solid path. Obviously, it takes you right up to the logging camp, and it's very obvious where stuff is.
It's about how many people up here at the logging camp, Annabelle?
Oh, it changes all the time. And you saw this as you were, because this occupied a lot of the space in between the church and the rest of the town. There was a number of tents. Most of the time they live in the tents back there. And then they have some live up here. So it can be anywhere between 20 and 50.
Okay.
A lot of loggers.
Yeah.
How many people live in town? Normally.
Well,
but not counting the loggers.
No.
Well, I haven't been here that long, but I mean, there's probably anywhere between 100 and 200 people. That includes the loggers. One of my first jobs was I worked up at the camp. I was a cook for the logger. I didn't cut any trees or anything. I did that for a little while. But then, moved on. We got a different job once the house got built. Anyway, right up. But yeah, there's the first one. That's the first one I saw there. He's right there, and you can see that there's a body lying down, kind of almost at the entrance of the camp, and there's not one too far away from him as well, both face down.
You two want to wait here?
Yeah, I'll wait here.
Will you be okay searching?
Yeah. I'll holler if I see anything.
I'm Not talking about seeing. All right.
I'll slow meander in,
Okay.
taking everything in the camp.
I'm going to hop down off the horse.
All right.
I'm just stand with it.
She gets down.
About a 9 to look around the camp.
Looks like most of you find a few bodies here and there, but it looks like the majority of them seem to be clustered around the kind of central camp office and mess area. And so there's tables where it looks like they eat, and it's kind of like an open air eating area that has just a roof built over it. So almost like a picnic park pavilion type of thing. And a lot of the bodies are spread throughout this area.
What does it look like was on the menu?
You see another pot kind of hanging over the cook stove, a big, huge metal pot. Looks like it's some dried now stew of some sort.
All dried. So if I kick the pot over, nothing comes out.
There might be maybe an inch or two skin that breaks off, and then there's like the little bit of the water that sinks to the bottom. Okay. Or actually, no, it would be you kick the skin off, the water would come out, stained water or seasoned water, I guess in this case, and then the sludge that's on the bottom is there.
Good old stew. Anything could be in it.
Nope.
Annabelle takes out she puts her bag down. She takes out a piece of beef jerky, and she's got kind of she has a loaf of bread there, and she starts eating. I think this is the first time I've eaten in a couple days.
Well, eat up.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I've pulled out a deck of cards, and I'm just idly shuffling it.
Yes.
So I can't tell what was in the stew, what the cookie.
Definitely, there's some meat in there.
Yeah.
Beans for sure. Yeah, that might
Not really a chuck wagon set up out here.
No,
or any type of food storage.
Not really. They're not certainly not any sort of cold storage.
Yeah.
You kind of walk around. Maybe that could be a root cellar, I suppose. Not entirely sure.
Camp's clear! I'll yell.
That's good, right?
I'll
it means there's no survivors that he found.
kick on the door of what appears to be a root cellar.
Yep.
Anybody in there?
No answer.
Because that's when they're going to answer.
I'm going to kill you if you are.
I'll throw open the door.
It's low, so you got to crouch, and you got to kind of almost.
I didn't say I was going in.
Well, I'm just saying if you wanted to go in, you have to crouch down. But yeah, you can kick open the door for sure.
All right.
Definitely has that root cellar smell.
He's going in.
Dang it. Any lanterns around that I could light up to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
There's another pipe I won't smoke.
That's how he counts his matches. One pipe I didn't smoke. 2 pipes I didn't smoke.
Okay.
It opens in, and then it looks like it drops down a little bit, and you can see. Yep, looks like there's a couple of.
Last time I was crawling in dirt with a lantern, I had to shoot a feller.
There's a couple of shanks. It's cooler in here for sure. There's a couple of shanks of meat hanging in there. And of course, the requisite roots and everything else is hanging down. But it looks like they've also trying to make some cold storage with some veggies as well.
Okay, but nobody in here.
No bodies.
All right. Head out.
I'm still standing at the entrance. I'm not going in.
All
Not
right.
with her, at least.
Yeah. All right. Well, if there's nothing else here, the logging camp that I can see, survivor-wise, I'll head out. Looks like there was a big pot of stew.
There was some stew at the saloon, too. Annabelle? when the town, for breakfast,
Yeah.
do you guys just Do you have? Does everyone go to the saloon, or?
Well,
I mean, people that don't live by themselves, obviously.
some people go to the saloon, but I mean, if they live, if they got their own home. Like I'll eat in the house, and some people, will go to the saloon. The loggers, they eat up there most of the time.
There's a couple sides of beef hanging in the root cellar there.
Oh yeah.
Where do you get your beef from?
There's farms to the north, and some to
North towards Fargo.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we I think there's some also to the east. I remember hearing them say.
All right. Well, burning daylight. Better get on the trail.
Yeah. Maybe we should wait. We're not going to get to Fargo today.
No, we're not.
We're going to be out there.
Fargo's a little ways away.
It's going to be dark though.
It is. It was dark in the closet too, wasn't it?
They can't see
hard
you
for
in
them
the
to see you.
Yeah, but I could.
Echoing your son. Can't see you in the dark.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
If you say so.
Once we're out of here, they have no reason to think that you were part of this.
Okay. Right.
All right.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right.
Heading north.
Head out.
Keeping eyes open for farms. I'll see Annabelle eating as we hit the trail too, and I'll be like, "How's that jerky?"
That's good. You want some?
No, thank you.
I'll share.
Where'd you get it?
At my house when I got my stuff.
All right. What? I'm just gonna keep an eye on her. Because Porter said, "Don't eat the food here."
I did.
As he's chomping licorice.
As he's chomping licorice and Annabelle's chomping beef jerky.
Hey, it was sealed. Thank you. Was being the operative word there. At some point in its lifetime. You look hungry over there.
I totally took Jeremiah's Bible, by the way, too. Souvenir of once rode into a town where everybody was dead.
So you had left the remains, the ruins, the sad leftovers of Marshal with the lone survivor, Annabelle, in tow.
Oh, I'm still not very, I don't know why, but nothing, it just doesn't feel right. So, I'm not very trusting of her.
She still appears to be, she seems to keep to herself, much like she had in a certain sense most of the time. You're not sure if she's just weird, if she's still in a bit of shock from everything, or if indeed, there's something else going on. You're not really sure about that. Are you going to ride until dusk and then make camp, or how far do you want to get away from Marshall before you decide to stop? Because I think you still have a good 3 days to get to Fargo.
As someone who's experienced on the trail, what would be the best approach to this several days of travel?
Well, you always want to get to your destination as fast as possible. However, leaving a town of death, you want to put some distance between you and that.
Left many towns of death in your wake before?
That would be at least number 2.
Wait, what's number 1?
Buy me a bottle, I'll tell you about it sometime.
What about that one?
You didn't buy that one.
Note. Ask about Town of Death number 1.
Why don't both of you make me a common knowledge roll, which would be smarts. 5?
7.
5 and 7. Okay, both of you know, as long as you continue heading straight north, in about a day from the time you left Marshall, you'll be able to reach a river. I believe it is actually the Red River, that you can then follow straight into Fargo. And your 7 tells you, Porter, that you're pretty sure that there is a town as long as you stay north, that there's a town there. You can't remember the name of it, but
It's on the Red River.
It's on the Red River, and it's about You figure you're pretty sure if we stay north, there's going to be a town.
Now, you may not believe me. I know I haven't been traveling too much, but I looked at a lot of maps. A lot. I mean, it was the only way I could get out for a long time, was to look at all these maps. And to the north, I think there's this little town right along the river. Might be a good spot to get our bearings back. Maybe inform somebody about the dead town behind us.
News like that has means of traveling on its own, but yep, can alert the local constabulary.
Are you drunk already?
Well, I have been hitting this bottle pretty hard that I got out of the saloon in Marshal. I won't lie.
The top shelf stuff, you have been hitting it hard? It's good, though.
Yeah, it's going down easy.
Yeah. And it's probably... I think we figured it was still a few hours before dusk, so you'll be able to get away at least a little bit.
Absolutely. Let's
do right as far as we can until we find, keep our eyes open for some place.
Yeah.
Nice copse of trees or something. I know it's not a lot of trees out here, but
it's not too bad. You'll be able to find some. Soon. You're thinking that's when you want to make camp?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Good. That way we'll be able to find some deadfall for a fire.
Fair.
It starts raining again, have a little cover.
All right. You get about 2 hours into your ride, so you figure you maybe got about an hour and a half before the sun dips down below the horizon, and you can find what you're looking for in regards to such a place. Annabelle, when you kind of pull up, are we stopping here?
Yep.
What do you want me to do?
Why don't you gather some wood? Branches, sticks, twigs, dry.
Okay. All right.
Don't wander too far out, though.
No. Don't worry. I won't. She kind of gets off the horse, doesn't do anything really to secure it. She just kind of wanders.
I'll take care of the horses.
Okay.
Pull the saddles off and...
What do you want me to do?
It's your turn to cook.
What?
It's your turn to cook.
I make no promises.
As long as it's not burnt, I'll eat it.
That may be a promise you may not want me to keep. I'll do my best.
All right.
How many things can I throw in a stew, you think?
Throw as much in there as you want.
All right, well, obviously we're starting with some licorice. Do we have any... I'm sure we've got some trail rations we can throw in.
Got some trail rations.
We got some dried stuff. Picked up some beans, some hardtack.
I know, you have a couple bottles of liquor, right? I'm sure we could have a little bit, right?
Well, at least a bottle left.
Can you spare a little?
Yeah.
Okay.
Save that for seasoning at the end, though.
You can find a small pond stream where you can get a little water for base. You'll have to boil it up good first before you start putting other stuff in. Annabelle, she gets her deadfall. She comes over to you, Porter, when you're just kind of staring at the pot and putting things in.
Maybe this?
What are you making?
That's a good question. I call this Porter's Trail Stew with licorice.
Licorice?
Yeah.
Well, why licorice?
Well, you want something a little sweet to balance it all out.
Do you cook a lot?
Does once count as a lot?
No. Do you want me to?
You can give me some advice. I have to figure out how to do this at some point. Okay. So,
well, and she starts pointing to. She's pointing more towards the meat. Those will go good. What kind of vegetables do you have?
I'm sure we get some. Do we have any dried stuff like that? We probably got some like dried granola sort of thingies.
I was thinking beans and bacon myself, but you can go fancy if you want to go fancy.
Well, you may have been also, you might definitely would have some beans, a couple of cans of beans for sure. You may also have been able to grab a bag of onions. They travel pretty well, as do potatoes. Mm-hmm. So you might have gotten a couple of, not necessarily like big 10-pound bag, but you may have been able to get about.
I was in the general store. Would I have known to grab them? That is the bigger question.
You were too busy getting licorice.
I was too busy getting licorice and robbing the till, apparently.
Well, I'm going to take care of the horses. We're just going to keep glancing over at the way he's cooking. I'm just going to shake my head, and I'm going to head away from camp.
Okay.
And I'm going to keep my eye out for quail, squirrel, something, and basically try to rustle up
anything to make this taste better.
Yeah.
Do you have survival?
I do.
Let's make a survival roll, and let's see what you can find.
Double ace.
Okay. You don't find really... There's no real game around to be had.
Oh.
You don't have anything else?
Well, we're kind of in a hurry, and we honestly thought we would be stopping at Marshal. We thought we'd be stopping there for Marshal, and I have never traveled before, so I didn't know what to get.
I'm going to hit the saddlebag and pull out a couple of the boxes that we got from Ingersoll. His wife made them. They were rations in a box.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
I'll toss them down by the fire.
Oh, you're a lifesaver.
I see you're making dessert first.
Well, right now it's just boiling water.
You put licorice in it.
Yeah, you put some of my whiskey in it too, it looks like.
That might not be so bad.
That's why I said dessert first.
What's in the box?
I'll open it up for him.
There's a lot of, it's like there are some dried veggies, as well as, more dried meat. Yeah, the hardtack.
Cheese.
Cheese. This can work. She's kind of pulled out some of the dried veggies. I'm going to put these in there.
Okay.
And then...
I'm actually going to pay attention. If not only to learn, also to make sure she doesn't pull any sleight of hand.
And then, the meat, you want that in there. While you're watching her, make me a notice roll for that. Are you hanging around, or you go back maintaining the camp?
I'm going to grab the bottle of whiskey away from the campfire and the cooking and settle down on one of the saddles.
Stop wasting it.
Just kick back and enjoy non-moving.
7.
You don't see her do anything funky.
Yeah.
In regards to the stew. She does seem to have an odd habit where she, because she remember her head was wrapped up, and and she's, as far as her whole getup is, so you can't really see any of her hair. It's just kind of all just kind of wrapped away. She has a habit of just scratching at the cloth a lot. The only reason I say that in the sense of, how you just notice some people just do an odd thing,
kind of like a gambling tell.
Nervous tick.
Maybe a nervous tick, a gambling tell, whatever it might be. She just does that. She'll do a couple things with the stew, and she'll talk to you, and she'll scratch, and then she'll do a couple things more, tell you a little bit more as far as seasoning. There was a little bit of salt in one of the boxes. She put that in there. That will help a lot. Yeah.
Okay, so when you say her hair is wrapped up, completely wrapped up?
Yeah, so she's basically just got it's like a headscarf that, just kind of covers, keeps all of her hair contained And it matches what she's wearing.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's all part of her ensemble. But
Where'd you get the scarf?
I've had this many years. Well, got it when I got the dress.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It was, it was well before I came to Marshal. It's just what I wear. I have long hair, and when it's hot like this, she kind of rubs the back of her neck, keeps my neck cool.
Gets itchy?
It gets itchy when my hair is down, yes.
What?
Yeah. I had someone who didn't like me to wear my hair down, and it just kind of became habit to put it up. So I just wear it that way now, and it's comfortable.
I see.
We should just let this sit
Okay.
and boil for, about another hour. And then I think it should be...
Sure, an hour will do it. Maybe it should be a day.
It'll be close. Close enough.
Not that bad, am I?
No, you did fine. You did fine with what you have to work with.
Didn't see anyone bring in some fresh meat.
None out there to be had.
You know how to play cards?
I used to play bridge and hearts. That was a long time ago, but that we need 4 people.
We don't need 4 people for this.
What is this?
This is poker.
I know other people who played that, but I have not played that. I don't have any money.
That's fine. I'm not intending. You just came out of a dead town, man. I don't think I need to be robbing you of your well-earned coin here.
So you admit that you rob people when you play poker?
I wouldn't put it that way. I would say I'm better than them. But it's not fair for someone who's never played before. Most people, when they put down money, they know what they're getting into.
Does he play poker?
I don't know.
I just toss the cards around.
It's a good way to relax for me.
Okay.
Why don't I teach you?
All right. You can show me. That sounds good.
I'm actually going to teach her for the next hour while the stew is
So it cooks?
cooking.
While you're doing that, I figure Joshua will probably throw some bigger logs on the fire, settle back down with his head on the saddle, and probably be asleep by the time you're saying supper's ready.
Maybe some kicking involved to wake him up then.
Yeah, how are you doing watches, I guess?
I haven't decided yet.
I'm sleeping, they're cooking. We'll figure out after.
Fair. Okay, so how well does she learn? It takes her a little while, and there's a couple of concepts that she just can't quite grasp, especially when it comes to calling and raising. She gets the concept of betting, but she's just not quite grasping that part. She does get most of the hands, how they play out. You see her make a couple of good strategic choices during your play, as far as how many cards to give away, how many cards to keep, and paying that type of attention.
So, the bigger reason I'm doing this, I'm trying to get a feel on her mood.
Okay.
Because I want to get her so she's not thinking about, or at least she's a little more unguarded with her. Is she nervous around us? Is she nervous at us, or is she nervous?
For probably about maybe the first 15 minutes, she behaves a little oddly. And it's, maybe partially the way in which she's trying to learn the game. She makes kind of some bizarre eye contact with you that it just makes you feel a little uneasy at first. You kind of let it go while she's, because she still seems engaged in what's going on. After that 15 minutes, she begins to, as far as you can tell, relax and becomes a bit more, just a bit more loose in regards to that. And she starts even asking questions that are, I guess, relatively, not, I don't want to say coherent, but relevant. Things like she'll look at you at some point. Why are you going to Fargo?
We have someone we're going to meet up there.
Is a friend of yours?
Not a friend of his.
How come you don't talk about your friends? Where are your friends?
I don't have too many.
Why? You seem like a relatively nice man.
I travel a lot, so I leave a lot behind.
Why do you travel so much?
Because I like to see things.
I like to see things.
Oh.
I've traveled around a fair amount of places.
How have you?
Yeah.
Like where?
Well, mostly in this Minnesota territory, and then I started in Wisconsin, and have traveled around there, the southern part of that, a lot. I met many people, but never really wanted to stay very long. Probably like you.
Didn't feel comfortable, or
just always felt the need to keep moving.
So what made you stay here?
I had gotten tired. And the people in that town were very nice to me, and they welcomed me. And I felt like I could stay a little bit longer, so I thought I would.
How long were you there?
About 2 weeks.
Just 2 weeks.
2, maybe 3. The time did seem to kind of just, how sometimes things seem longer when they're not, or shorter when they are.
Okay.
It was like that.
I see.
But they were nice. They did nice things for me, and I would try and do nice things for them.
Okay.
Yeah. Just like the two of you have been nice to me. I feel like I should do something nice for you, and even for him. Although he doesn't talk very much. Why does he drink so much?
Well, he can talk. You just have to get him going on some old stories. But he's lived a lot longer, seen a lot more things than I have.
He looks like he's been on the trail a lot. But he has traveled too, but not well.
I don't know. He's alive. I take that as traveling well.
He looks like he doesn't sleep well.
Is it okay?
Well, that's because he's had most of that bottle.
Well, that's pretty normal for him.
That's a poison.
Not to him.
There are better ways to die, I would think, than that.
I prefer just not to die.
I think that would be true of everyone, right? Why are you so scared of dying?
Think about what I'm missing out on.
I used to hear stories of those who they would die, but it was like they didn't. They could still walk around and see and experience and be places, but yet they were dead.
That's it?
Yes. Tales I've been told.
Are you talking like ghosts?
No, ghosts are dead. Ghosts are dead. But there are those that are still here, but are dead.
Okay. So like corpses? Like they're not breathing? No heartbeat?
No heartbeat, no breath, but they can see, they can smell. At least that's what the stories told me. And they walk. They do. And they eat. They're very hungry. I'm hungry. Do you think that the stew is ready? Check.
I check my watch. Has it been an hour?
It's been almost an hour.
Sure. Well, I mean, you're the much better cook than I am. You think an hour is going to be long enough?
I don't think any more will help.
Well, whatever works.
What about your friend?
Yeah, I'm going to let him sleep. He's going to take second watch, so we'll just let it simmer for when he wakes up. Just keep the heat low.
Mm. Oh, so you're going to stay up first?
Well, we don't want anybody ambushing us.
No. Do you want me to stay up with you?
You don't have to if you don't want to.
Do we have bowls?
That is a good question. Do we have bowls?
You might have, like, at least a plate or something.
Plates.
Travel kit
Plates
or
and
something.
spoons.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing if I had. I actually personally did not bring one. I thought about buying it.
10 coffee cups.
She goes over and
Western Iron Shop.
you're looking around the site to try and find some plates and whatnot. And she finds some in the saddlebags on the horse. Even though the saddlebags that were on the horse that she was riding. These will work.
Okay.
What are you? And you're looking to, or
Yeah. Well, I would just probably. I was going to say I was going to dig around in his bag, but I decided against that. He's probably lying on it. And I'll probably get punched. So I will avoid that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a tin coffee cup somewhere.
Make me notice roll.
I can do that.
5. Okay. She scoops some in.
Oh,
and you
thank you.
scoops some for herself. Sits down.
Yeah, I'm going to take a nice sniff of it.
It smells unusual. You have a penchant for licorice, is that right? I mean, you like licorice?
Sure, why not?
So it's got that scent, so it kind of like stimulates that part of your brain, like, ooh, licorice.
Yeah.
But when it's mixed with, some of the dried onion pieces and maybe a couple of other dried veggies that were in there and the salted pork, it's just...
See, it's like orange chicken.
Yes, it's like orange chicken.
Cherry chicken.
That's exactly what it is. Annabelle sniffs it. She looks at you.
Not your best work, is it?
No. No. I knew someone in the logging camp who would eat anything, though. It didn't matter what it was. He would have eaten this.
You're not going to end that sentence with "he wouldn't have eaten this."
No, he would have eaten this. He would have eaten this with the same gusto that he ate anything else. I sometimes think that he couldn't taste, so It didn't matter to him. But textures, flavors, it didn't matter. He didn't have very many teeth either.
That might be part of it.
She kind of stirs a little bit with her spoon, and
They're just kind of watching her.
she takes it. I'm hungry.
Well, at least it's edible.
Sort of. Make me.
Do I need to make a grit check? Guts check?
Let's make me a guts check in this particular case. Just to see, because it doesn't taste very good. Because it's earthy and it's licoricey.
Oh, that's good. Oh, it's 11.
11. You can get it down. In fact, you can even convince yourself that...
It's not too bad. I've had worse.
Yeah, it could be a lot worse.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not bad. Look at this. He might not like it, but I'm sure his taste buds are burned out by the liquor anyways.
Yeah, I think that's probably true.
I'm glad I get to badmouth him when he's asleep. Yeah, I just find out later he's been awake this whole time.
Nope. You are completely out?
Completely out.
All right.
And hard of hearing. Even better.
And hard of hearing, so...
Another reason I'm completely out.
All right.
Trail hits an old guy hard.
She is going to go and lay down and attempt to sleep.
Okay.
Make me a notice roll.
Nice.
I am wide awake today. 8.
Perfect. All right. She eats about almost all of her stuff. Maybe leaves like about a quarter of it, and then she kind of just tosses it. No.
That's the licorice.
Has she picked all the pieces out?
Are you going to? Even though you got your 11, so you can eat as much as you want. Are you going to eat a whole thing, or are you just going to realize at some point that this is just not going to do it?
I'm going to eat the whole thing.
Eat the whole thing.
When is the next time we're going to stop for food?
That's very true. If she goes to go and bed down, and she's kind of making her bed and laying down, she's making a lot of eye contact with you.
Okay.
She's just an unusually large amount. She just kind of keeps looking at you, or when you turn away to go and do something, and then you turn back and she's looking at you, and then she'll kind of give you like about a quarter smile, and then she'll go back to doing what she was doing, and then you go back to what you're doing. You turn again and look at her, and because she like makes some sort of noise, and you turn and look, and she's looking at you again.
Okay.
And then she gives you the same quarter smile, and then finally she does bed down, and then she kind of gives you like one last look, and then rolls over, and eventually goes to sleep.
I am going to play with my cards.
Okay.
That'll keep me awake.
By play with the cards, do you mean you're going to cast a hex? Is that...
That's quite possible. Okay, how am I going to do this? I know what I want to do, I just have to figure out how to do it. Okay, I'm going to use Hunch.
All right.
Because now my mind's racing. She had a lot of things to say. And that itching's worrying me. Here's what I'm thinking.
All right. Tell me what you're thinking. Porter.
What's going through my head? What's going through my head is...
This is not a bullet.
I think that went through her head.
Yeah.
That's what I believe. I believe she is exactly what she's been talking about. She's eyeing me up for a meal. And she's wearing the headscarf because she has a nice head wound on the side of her head that itches. And I need to figure out how to expose or not expose this as needed. Because now I have her story, got my imagination racing. It's the only thing fresh in my mind. So what I want Erin to do is I have backpack. I'm assuming she doesn't.
She probably grabbed, I think, a bag of just some brief supplies.
Yeah, I think she was packing like a suitcase that we latched to the horse.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start casting my hunch.
Okay.
And I'll be doing it as if I'm kind of playing solitaire over here. And what I'm going to do is, kind of in the middle of it, I'm going to walk over, put my hand on her shoulder and say, do you want to change this backpack for your hard suitcase to sleep on? Because hunch is a touch spell.
Right.
And I'm going to use hunch on her.
Okay. Are you spending the PowerPoints, or are you going to make a deal with the men?
I'm going to make a deal because this is what I do.
Nice.
And the PowerPoints needed for hunch is 3.
Which you have plenty of.
Oh, yeah. Which means I need a pair of jacks or better for 3 PowerPoints. So, there's 5. For the grit.
3 lovely ladies.
3 queens, which gives me 5 PowerPoints.
Okay, so you definitely have enough to cast it.
Definitely have enough.
But that's essentially just considered a success, right?
Just a raise.
Yep, you don't get a raise or anything.
So I would make the roll if I was spending the points.
Right.
Otherwise.
So you essentially got a success.
A success, yes. Okay. That doesn't have to be a whole... It could just be a hunch.
You touch her shoulder, and you speak your words. What sort of social skill do you have?
Taunt.
Definitely not taunt.
I have streetwise, gambling, taunt, knowledge trains. I am not
so awkward.
I am not.
Yeah.
I am an awkward kid.
All right, make me an untrained skill persuasion. So
Alright.
D4 -2, and of course you get your wild die. So actually, it doesn't even matter.
How about a 1 or a 2?
So you stumble over your words a little bit, but here's why. You still get out what you wanted to say. But in that brief moment, you touch her shoulder, you stumble out your words, you get an incredible feeling of unease.
Okay.
Washes over you. The problem is you're not sure if it's coming from her as an individual or her experiences that you just had. You get a rapid series of flashing images in your face of. It takes you a few moments after this to kind of sort things out, but it's dozens of faces. Some are bleeding out of their nose and eyes. Some are vomiting, and some look angry and are coming directly at you.
Okay.
And you let go of her shoulder, and you kind of like the last bits of your words come out.
Hello.
What?
The hard hello. You want to use this instead? This backpack.
Thank you. And she grabs it, slides her case over, and this is better.
Yep.
Adjusts her headscarf a little bit, and then lays down. Lays back down.
And I'm going to paleface walk back over to the fire. Time to calm down. Deal me some cards.
Well, Annabelle is proving to be a bit of a mystery. I wonder if we'll learn anything more next issue. You might be able to find out in issue 12, A Drink, a Dress, and a Doubt. The part of Joshua Young is played by Brent Rich. Porter Holt is played by Brad Smith, and your intrepid Marshal is played by Chris Hussey. Deadlands and Savage Worlds are the property of Pinnacle Entertainment Group. Learn more about their great games at their website, peginc.com. And of course, thanks always to our friends at Fear the Boot. Support their Patreon at patreon.com/feartheboot. And if you enjoy these issues, please consider dispensing a lovely 5-star review on whatever you do listen from. It's kindly appreciated. Contact information for the Marshal and credits for some of the music can be found at our website, ap.feartheboot.com. I'm Ernest Wick for the Tombstone Epitaph. And remember, hats off to the past and coats off to the future.